Alrighty, folks. Welcome, boys and girls, to another watch along. My name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic, and welcome to my channel, the place where it's my job to point you guys in the movies, in the direction of movies we're checking out. Screw it, it's live, everybody, it's live. I haven't had any alcohol yet. You know, it's been so long since I've done one of these. So anyways, guys, for you guys who are joining along right now, thank you guys so much for joining along this watch along with me. And for those of you guys who are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. So, how a watch along works, if you guys are unaware, I have my copy of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban already set to 00000. I'm watching it on digital, I'm watching it on my computer. So hopefully you guys have your copies of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, whether or not that's on digital, on streaming, on 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, Laserdisc. Maybe you have the book and you want to read along. That is going to be some crazy fast reading. And if you can do that, then I'm really impressed with you. But we're going to be watching Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I already have my Hogwarts shirt already ready to go. And I got this shirt in Edinburgh, Scotland, where J.K. Rowling wrote the first couple of books. If you guys ever get a chance to go there, I called it my Potter pilgrimage in 2018, where I went to Edinburgh and I went to London. Obviously, the big Harry Potter locations. And it was just so much fun. There's Harry Potter stuff everywhere, right? And going to King's Cross Station, it was wonderful. So I got this already set up, ready to go. I got my movie set up, ready to go. And I wanted to continue this series of watch-alongs. I've already done the first two. But again, life got busy, right? And I always enjoy doing these. So if you guys are here, then definitely say hi in the chat. I'll be looking at the chat throughout the entire watch-along. And I want to let me know where you guys from. Where are you watching this? Are you guys watching it on streaming, on 4K, on Blu-ray? And what are you drinking? What are you eating? What's going on? So I see a couple of you guys in the stream already. So I'm gonna wait just a few more minutes for people to come in, and yeah, we're gonna get going. Yeah, it feels weird doing a watch along again. It's been so long, right? So hopefully you guys have your copies of the movies ready to go. I'm gonna be pouring my drink here. Yeah, I decided to bring out the booze for this one again. Again, not too crazy. Not too crazy. So I see Andre's here. How's it going, buddy? Mark's Basement. Yo, how's it going, buddy? And then, of course, unboxing movies with me. You're a wizard, Harry. Although you spelt your wrong, buddy. I just wanted to make fun of your grammar skills. Hey, my mom's an English teacher, so every time that I did anything like that, I would be grilled for it when I was growing up. So I just naturally have that in me, so I apologize for that. So, how's everybody doing? Hopefully we're all ready to watch some Harry Potter, especially Prisoner of Azkaban. Prisoner of Azkaban is one of my favorites, and I know a lot of people, a lot of Harry Potter fans, they think that this is the best movie, and it's very hard to argue against that. This is a very, very good movie. So hopefully you guys have your copies ready. Hopefully you guys are all comfortable. You guys have your snacks, your drinks, all that stuff, your Harry Potter merchandise. I have the Elder Wand, but I'm like, I don't want to bring that out today. I'm just going to leave that on the shelf. So anyways, guys, what do you say we just get started here, right? We're about 3 minutes in, and let's just continue this Harry Potter watch-along journey. And again, throughout the entire thing, I'll be looking at the chat, so you guys can leave any comments, questions, concerns. We can talk about Harry Potter, we can talk about movies, we can talk about anything you want. Leave them down in the comment section down below or in the live chat. And of course, like I say in every single one, donations are always welcome. The proceeds will go back into the channel. So let's get going. All right. Okay, and you guys can hear me okay? No problem? All right. So let's start it in 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. So I see we got unboxing movies with me in here. Mark's Basement, Andre, and Finn Flash. How's it going, buddy? You've always shown up to these things, which I always really appreciate. And so we have here the Lumos entrance. And man, it is a hot day today here in Vancouver. Very, very warm. So I have to ask, who here has seen this movie before? Who has not seen this movie before? What are you guys' thoughts on the movie? Is this your third time watching it? Your fourth time? This is maybe like my 10th time watching this movie. I love it. And there it is. And this is the first movie that was not directed by Chris Columbus, who did the first two. And it really shows, because a lot of the cinematography and a lot of the angles and shots and just the color palette and just the feel of this movie feels very different than the first two. It definitely feels a lot more adult, right? I would argue that the stakes in Chamber of Secrets were higher. Maybe I just felt that as a kid. But yes, Andre says down in the comment section down below that this was the last movie that John Williams actually scored. And I think he did a fantastic job with this one. Absolutely. And although I haven't read all the books, I'm actually halfway through Prisoner of Azkaban right now. Man, she's even worse than the Dursley family. And says that right in front of his face. What a bitch. And what I like about this is that you're starting to see now that Harry Potter is now just not taking shit from anyone. You know, when he loses his temper to the woman there, the aunt, Marge. And Finn asks about hockey. Yes, the Canucks are out. Who should win it this year? I'm not going to cheer for Vegas. I can't do it. Ryan Reeves, I hate that guy. Hey, Ryan. And I guess Tampa Bay. I think they're the ones that are going to win it. I think they look like they're on a mission. God, I hate listening to those women talk. I just hate it. Can't stand it. All right, bon appetit, guys. All right, everybody, smile. I'm gonna be posting this on my Instagram, just saying to come on live. Shut up! Shut up! Yeah, I just love how he just absolutely loses his mind here and just goes out on her. Which is great, you know, because if you're being bullied, if someone is just being that much of a complete bitch to you, you have to stick up for yourself. You have to. I mean, if only we all had those powers to just make a woman like this just inflate. There we go. So how's everybody watching this movie right now? Are they watching it on streaming, on Blu-ray, on 4K, VHS? And where are you guys watching it from? I know we got a Finn in here. I know someone is from, I believe, Chicago. I might be wrong on that one. It's just so cartoony and just so much fun. It's a very funny opening, a lot funnier than the other two. You can hear that melody in the background of John Williams. It's just, I think it's like Window to the Past. Love that. Just that snarkiness. Try me, bitch. And there it is. He finally had enough of it. And I love how you can see Marge in the back. Just floating away. So, yes, what Finn is talking about in the comments, I posted my Memento reaction earlier this morning, and it was doing really well. It got like 400 views in like a couple hours. It was on pace to get a lot of views. But of course it got taken down, so I had to re-edit it a little bit and post it again. So some comments may have been missed in there, but I did react, or I did comment, I think, on that one. And he's asking, have you seen Nolan's Insomnia? I have not seen Nolan's Insomnia, but it was filmed in my hometown, so I'm sure that's worth something. And it's crazy to think that this man would go on to make Gravity. And you can already tell, though, that the cinematography is a lot more dynamic in this movie. And the color palette is definitely a lot, more gray and blue and like just a lot darker. And the night bus. This is my family and I, we always like to quote just random movies. We always quote this scene because we're definitely a Harry Potter family. And that actor, I believe, was in Master and Commander, which is another fantastic movie. Come on my stream. Yeah, people are commenting on my my story that I'm on live right now, and I'm like, guys, just come on. If you want to talk to me, then talk to me here. And I always love this night bus. You get this like extremely large chandelier in the middle of the bus, and such a freaky concept. And my dad's name is Ernie, so obviously the bus driver's name is Ernie, and just we quote this movie all the time. And what's funny is that guy who drives the bus kind of reminds me of John Williams a little bit. Different hairstyle, but still. And it's just a lot of fun. Oh, god damn, that's gotta hurt. And I love how he goes up in counting here. And what's funny is a fun fact about actually I'll bring it up when it gets to it, when the night bus actually stops in front of the Leaky Cauldron, because I was at the actual location in London. That is. Hey Amari, how's it going, buddy? I love that real South London voice. To getting close to Earn. Mind your head. Oh. And I think that the night bus is such a fun sequence, and it's so different than the other two. And doing that same joke again is just great. So, as of right here, it's right in front of a marketplace in London, and what's funny is that there's a bridge right there, as you can see in the top right corner. And when they tried to get the night bus in there, they couldn't actually fit it because they didn't measure it properly. So when they got there with the night bus, it actually couldn't even fit. But looking at the movie now, like they edited around it anyways. And look at this bottle. So he grabs the bottle, wipes it down, disappears, boom. And of course the guy reading is just spinning with his finger. So when I was in Orlando and went to the Harry Potter world, like going to that restaurant, the Leaky Cauldron, was just, it was so surreal. It was a lot of fun. So Amari asked, you guys can answer this question too. Was that the lady that played Mrs. Truckbull and Matilda in Prisoner of Azkaban? I've not seen Matilda, so I couldn't tell you. And this hunchback makes me laugh a lot more than it should. And what's interesting is that this is Cornelius Fudge, and the way that he's acting now totally contradicts how he will later act in the beginning of Order of the Phoenix, which is very weird. Oh, you know what, Andre? I totally understand why you don't use periods. Because I'm guessing that you use voice recognition because you said ask a band as opposed to ask a band. And that, I love this scene right here. It's too good. But yes, because it says ask a band. And that is something that a voice recognition thing would pick up. And Sean says hello. Sean, you made it, buddy. I was worried there for a minute. I'm like, oh God, my buddy Sean's not here. And a bunch of people are coming in now. So for those of you who are just coming in, we are about 14 minutes into the movie where Harry Potter is talking to Cornelius Fudge. I'm drinking a rum and coke, and I'm watching from Vancouver, obviously, if you guys know me at all. So what I want to know is, for those of you guys who are in the chat, where are you from? How are you watching this? What are you eating? What are you drinking? And have you seen this movie before? What are your general thoughts? Give me all that info, guys. I'd love to know. Yeah, it's like things like this that make Prisoner of Azkaban stand alone from the rest of the movies because it feels so unique. Alfonso Cuarón really did put his own stamp on it. And it's funny actually, in media literacy class in grade 12 in high school, we were talking about like directors and everything, and that was when Star Wars was announced. That was when Disney bought Star Wars. And we're like, oh my God, I'm gonna be my third year of university when Star Wars releases. And we're talking about, okay, do you grab a director who is a giant fan of it, like a J.J. Abrams? That's what they did. Or do you just go with someone who is just interested in making a good movie, like someone who's not necessarily a fan of Star Wars, like Alfonso Cuarón with Harry Potter? And I believe that, that they made a perfect choice because, like, I read this thing. I don't know if I read it or I saw a documentary about it, but I love this roar, by the way, by the lion. Or this creature, or whatever it is. We don't actually see it. It could be my ex-wife. Bad joke. But what he did was he assigned a paper for Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, and they had to talk about their characters. And this is why I know that they picked the right actors for it. Emma Watson wrote like a 10-page essay about how amazing Hermione was. Harry, Daniel Radcliffe only did 1 page, and Rupert Grint didn't even do it. And he said, yeah, Ron wouldn't do it. So, I mean, that is just perfect casting. And I like the characters' ages in this one. And look at this. This is only all one shot. And you can see the kettle just floating around. Like, this is all one shot. Like, cinematography that is this complex. I say complex, but you know what I mean. Like, you can just... It's so much easier that you can just like, all right, set up the camera here, do it this way. But to have the camera move around and have them stand in the lighting in this, it's just... that extra level of detail, that extra level of realism. It's just so great. So, Finn Flash asks, I've probably asked this before, but what's your least favorite Potter movie? Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn for sure. Anyways, so yes, I loved this scene when they were talking about how Sirius Black escaped, and I like how they're standing right beside a poster of Sirius Black. Return to the power. And that like harpsichord in the background. Now. It's a new take on Harry Potter, but I think it's great. And Amari says, I live in Michigan. Yes, I've seen this movie a bunch of times. And I watched the movie. After I watched the movie, I got contact with my godfather. Oh, gotcha. Right. What's that guy even saying? The... Man, that would have been a different movie if... they call that a fulcrum moment in screenwriting. If that moment doesn't happen, then the entire story changes. Peter Pettigrew would just be at home. And then... how does she know that? She didn't check the whole train. God, this movie fucking sucks. I'm not one of those guys, people. Don't worry about it. Speaking of Harry Potter land at Universal, what are your thoughts on Whoopi Goldberg pushing for a Wakanda land at Disney? Just call it Wakanda. Wakanda land. That's like America land, Canada land. I mean, I think they can add on to like the Marvel area, have like a Black Panther, like Wakanda attraction. Yeah, why not? Have a little Wakanda area, and it could be just like a kind of like Pacific Wharf in California Adventure, how it's not really like a land, but it's just like an area. Wakanda could be a separate entity onto the Marvel Academy. You walk like through some mountains, and then you're into like the secret Wakanda place. Just call it Wakanda. But why not? If they got some good food, some good gift shops, and some good attractions, then I'm down. I'm totally down. Stan Shunpike, who is the guy in the purple outfit on the right, but never was... Wait, what? Dude, I'm gonna need you to write periods, buddy. Yes. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, yes. I remember they used this shot a lot for the trailer. And man, after Jurassic Park, they just loved, like... Hollywood just loved that, the shot of the glass. Of course, this one isn't moving. Obviously, it's being frozen, but it's similar. But this movie is just the imagery. Like, that is terrifying. And I believe that J.K. Rowling had a nightmare when she was in her teen years about the Dementors, like these hooded figures coming after her like that. So, and that's great. The spiral of the fingers, It's great. Yeah, like, man, those things are freaky. And that's a great visual too, to see like how they're sucking out the soul. Kind of the face is kind of just. I just love his nonchalant face. So my sister and I had this argument about that lady screaming. It sounds like she's saying "Potter," but my sister likes to make jokes about it, and I make jokes about it too. What they're actually saying: pothead and father, um, Hogwarts, bunch of different things. I forget this actor's name. Desmond, Damon Llewellyn. I forget his name. No, Desmond Llewellyn is the guy who plays Q. But I forgot the guy's name. Let me look it up here. Actually, you know what? You guys can tell me. Who plays Professor Lupin? Eat. You'll feel better. Yeah, so Ramus is like Raymond, or Lupin is like short for lupus, which is like a wolf. There's a lot of like it's not very subtle with the names when you really look into it. Like Latin words for certain things, and there's a lot of flower names in Harry Potter. You know, Lily, Petunia, Sprout. You know, bunch of different things. So first of all, I love that shot. But this movie, because it was a different director and I believe it's a different production designer, they had to change a couple things from the first movie. Like they don't come out on boats anymore; they come in these things, and they've always been pulled by those. At least in Order of the Phoenix, they've always been pulled by those creatures that you can only see when you've seen death. Harry Potter hadn't seen them before because oh no, wait, he witnessed Cedric Diggory dying, so he sees them in the next movie. But he was a kid when he saw his parents die, so he should be seeing them too. But that's just like the real nitpicking stuff that like Harry Potter fans will start to pick apart. But it doesn't take away from the movie. So here's our first movie with Michael Gambon as Dumbledore, who I do like, but I didn't like him at first when I first saw this movie. I'm like, this is the new Dumbledore? I don't know about that. But I think he did a good job overall. I don't know why my sister always quotes that one too. Just forget it. But what I like about this movie too is that all the students, um, they're not all superly. They're not really dressed up that much. Like there's untucked shirts, very unkempt hair. The ties aren't all the way up. And Alfonso Cuarón really wanted like the children and the actors to really kind of make it their own. And it feels a lot more authentic that way. And I love Hagrid too. I'm almost as tall as him. So Sean asked, do you think they began this movie series knowing that there would have to be some recasts along the way? Um, I mean, I'm just trying to think of who else has been recast in Harry Potter other than Dumbledore. I know Lavender Brown has, although Lavender Brown was never really a character. She was just a character in the background. Because I think in like the first two, I think in Chamber of Secrets and or maybe it's actually in this one. Who knows? But there is a character named Lavender Brown, and she is a black woman, You know, she's a black girl in this movie. And then although she's just an extra, right? In the credits, the actor says Lavender Brown. There it is. And then in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, they change her into a white woman because she has to be a lead romance for Ron Weasley, which is more than just a little racist. So that's a recast I know about. Voldemort, I guess, from the first movie to Ray Fiennes in the fourth one. What other recasts have there been? You know what? I think when they cast it, I don't think that they were thinking that was going to happen, because Richard Harris, apparently when he got sick after Chamber of Secrets, he even told Chris Columbus, he's like, "You are not recasting me. Like, I'm going to keep going until the day I die." And I don't think he died of old age. I think he was actually sick. So, I mean, I'm sure that deep down they're like, who knows? Like, it happened to Star Wars too, you know? Like, Carrie Fisher passed away in the middle of the trilogy. And I just love this scene too, when all the guys are just like, you know, like, this is the time when you see boys as being boys in boarding school, right? No parents, right? They're all alone in their room and they're just goofing off, shooting the shit, having fun, you know, just eating all these candies. Like, that'd be so much fun. Guys, like, come on, you know? And it's funny, someone actually made a video about the kids in Hogwarts and how, you know, as you get them when they're 10 years old, they're impressionable kids, and you put them into a house of other kids that all have the exact same character trait. So all the Gryffindors hang out with other Gryffindors. All the Ravenclaws, you know, are with all the other Ravenclaws. So you're finding a certain character trait of them. Oh yeah, Hagrid's hut is changed too, along with the Whomping Willow. And they're put into those houses, and then they grow up, and they're just doubling down on that one character trait, right? Like, if you're in Slytherin, you know, that just Slytherin's basically the asshole house, right? So basically, like, I call it the Satan worshipping house. Also, Tilda Swinton was apparently supposed to play Miss Trelawney, but I think Emma Thompson just did a great job. She was just a lot of fun. She's like, the future. She's just so much fun. But also, it's like when you have kids that are being told that they're gifted, and they're all in a private school, and they're all like, you know, again, they all have the confidence being told that they're gifted and they're special because they have magical powers. Someone said, "I know it's a kids movie, but where be all the fucking at?" There'd be kids, you know, sneaking off, and just, man, it would be wild. It'd be worse than American Pie's band camp. Hogwarts, I'm calling it right now, would be, the kids would be horny as fuck. Yep, you can put that on a t-shirt. Brando Critic 2020. Hogwarts. The horny Hogwarts. Anyways. Hermione is sticking up for Harry like a real friend. That's one thing what I love about these movies, is that these three characters, and this casting is so perfect. And like, growing up, I always thought of like Ron, Hermione, and Harry as like my group of friends, right? More so than like Luke, Han, and Leia. I think that was just before my time, but I was growing up with the Harry Potter movies. It's like every year at my birthday, they'd always come out around my birthday. Like, my birthday's July 13th, so I think maybe at Goblet of Fire or Order of the Phoenix, they all started to come out in July. I know some of them came out in November, but this was a series that I grew up with, and that friendship is just so strong. So, Amari, you got it right, man. Eventually, whose performance did you like more, Richard Harris or Michael Gambon? It's hard to say, because Richard Harris was only in 2 movies, right? And the 2 movies that were, you know, they're the most kid-like. Also, they added that clock tower to the Hogwarts school, and that was actually the biggest Lego set I ever got. That Christmas, I got the Prisoner of Azkaban Lego Hogwarts set. It was just amazing. It's all in parts in my closet, but I have all the parts still, so maybe I can find the instruction book and build it again. That would be one hell of a project, but it would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun to build that again. I mean, maybe if I have my own house and I'll If I want to splurge a little bit, if I get a Christmas bonus, I could take a vacation, use the rest of it on a Lego set, maybe get a giant Millennium Falcon or something. But man, Harry Potter Lego, that was my shit back in the day. But anyways, I'm going to be right back. You guys can still comment. I'm still seeing some of you guys join in. It's getting up there. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining. We're about 32 minutes, as you can see down in the time clock. This is where Hagrid teaches the kids about the hippogriff. Anyways, I will be right back. All right, you guys missed me? So I love this creature, and the scene when they're flying around is just absolutely beautiful. Casper the Cool Cat says, how often do these watch-alongs happen, chat? They happened a lot more often, sometimes even 3 a week at the beginning of this quarantine pandemic. But because my life has been getting busier, my work has started to ramp up. The film industry is working again. If you guys don't know, I work in the film industry here in Vancouver. And life has just been getting busy. And again, my last couple watch-alongs have not been had not had the most great turnout, right? If these things start getting more and more popular, then of course I'll still do them. And of course, it depends on how much, chat is going on, how much fun everybody's having, and also depends on super chat donations also. But I try to do these as often as I can. But again, it's been 3 a week to now like once a month. So it's been declining. But if you guys still want to have them, then I'll still do them. You know what I mean? So living the dream, Brandon. Thanks, buddy. It's work in progress, but I can't complain about my life. I can't complain one bit. Very grateful. Sammy Boy says, not only is this a good Harry Potter movie, but one of the greatest movie of all time, in my opinion. IMO. I'm not making funny of Sammy, but I'm going to tell you that one of my pet peeves is when people say IMO, only because it's like anyone says, sorry, anything said about any movie ever that is not a fact, like it was released on this day, it was directed by this person, it was, they made this much money at the box office, it stars these people. Those are facts. You can actually fact check that. But anything else is all opinion. You know what I mean? This movie's good. This movie's bad. It's all hearsay. So whenever I see like IMO, and again, I'm not trying to pick on you. Again, not picking on you at all. I'm just saying that whenever I see that, I go, well, of course it is. Of course it's your opinion. You know what I mean? Right, so here we got Harry flying over to the Highlands of Scotland, where Hogwarts is located, in my terrible accent. But this music is just gorgeous. Yeah, Cast with the Cut. All-time, huh? Big fan, Sammy. What are your opinion on Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows Part 1? Well, I have reviews for every single Harry Potter movie on my channel already. They are a bit older, and the production value is not the highest, but I really like Half-Blood Prince. I think that's the funniest one out of all of them, and Deathly Hallows Part 1 is my least favorite out of the entire series. And I love the shot. Woo! I just wanted to make sure that I didn't peek the microphone when I did that. But oh man, the Highlands of Scotland, I love it. I love the nature there. Just a wonderful scene. It just, you really do feel how magical this world is. And when you compare it to the life of the Dursleys, it's just even better, right? So anyways, Amari says, yeah, they're both great. Has a few flaws here and there. Every movie does. Absolutely every single movie has a flaw. You can pick one out, you know? Even when I say a movie's perfect, I think there's like, I can't find any flaws. Aw. And Malfoy, that little piece of shit. Oh. Man. Robbie Coltrane is the perfect Hagrid. Like, again, we haven't seen any other actor play him, but he's just so great in it. And it is crazy to think that Robin Williams wanted to play Hagrid. But, of course, the rule that J.K. Rowling said to Chris Columbus when he agreed to make the movie is no American actors. None. I want them from the UK, so that's England, Scotland, and Wales, and Ireland, and Northern Ireland. That's it. Of course, you have some other actors from other countries come in later on in the movies, like, you know, when the French, I don't know what the schools are in Goblet of Fire, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so Foxy Fish believes that Half-Blood is her favorite. So see, look at that. It's all opinion. Sammy Boy, do you think No Time to Die will be good? Hope it doesn't disappoint like Spectre. But see, this is my point. I wasn't disappointed by Spectre. I kind of like Spectre. You know what I mean? But who's right or wrong? No one's right or wrong. It's just all opinion. So that's why the whole IMO is like, of course. But anyway, I hope it's good. It could suck, but I hope it's good. I mean, that one part of me is like, they get that kid, right? The African American kid. Again, I see, that's the thing. I say African American, but he's not African American because he's British. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I say black kid, people get offended. If I say African American, people go, well, he's not American. You know what I mean? You get the kid with the darkest skin to say black could be anywhere. My juvenile brain is like, Jesus, why? But anyway. Just noticed you've gone over 3,000 subscribers recently. Congrats again, and have you done a 3K special yet? I haven't done a 3K special. I've done 2 live streams, just Q&A, talking, just shooting the shit with you guys about a 3K live stream. That's all I've done. I was thinking about, and you guys can tell me down in the comments, thumbs up or thumbs down, or just like a 1 for yes, or just say yes or no. I have 6 shots full of booze and 6 shots full of water. I don't know which one is which. And we have a bit of a drinking game. And what happens is, you guys will ask me a question, movie related or not, and if I can answer it, then I can answer it. But if I don't want to answer it, if it gets too personal, or if it gets a little too like, I can't go there, it kind of incentivizes people to ask more like risque or like questions. And if I can't answer it, then I take a shot, and I don't know which one is which. Just an idea. I'm not gonna do it right now. We'll see what happens. So Sean asked, as a YouTuber, was it easier to go from 0 to 500 or 2,500 to 3,000. 2,500 to 3,000. Much easier because you already have the ball rolling. When you have that little amount of subscribers, it's very tough to grow, but I think it gets exponentially easier. Because generally speaking, when you have more subscribers, you have your videos start to, like, they'll be the first ones to watch it, right? And as soon as that happens, then YouTube's like, okay, well then you got a bunch of engagement on this video. We're going to start to show it to more people. And this is a great scene too, the Boggart scene. And Alan Rickman, although he's so menacing, he's always like a great sport. And if you guys have not seen Galaxy Quest, watch Galaxy Quest. That is all. And yes, Amari, buddy, hopefully you get to your subscribers soon. Have you watched any, like, I think her name's Catherine Benning, I think? Catherine Manning. She's a great YouTuber that teaches about YouTube algorithms and getting big on YouTube. Why does Malfoy hate Harry so much? I think it's actually pretty easy. Malfoy, first of all, he's a dick, right? He's an asshole. And you know how you can tell? Look at his father. His father is just a royal prick. So he knows that he wants to be... So he's probably a little bit insecure. So what does he do? He sees Harry Potter, the famous kid. And for him to assert dominance, right, in this new group of people, right? Everyone's new at school. He goes, no. I'm the alpha dog, right? It's human nature. It's animalistic nature. It's like, you understand your role in society. Like, okay, bullies are trying to bully you because they either see you as a threat or they just want to make sure that they can assert their dominance in a social hierarchy, right? Kind of like how James Potter made fun of Snape, right? He was the easy target. So for him to assert dominance and for him to kind of feel better about himself, kind of boost his self-esteem, his ego, what does he do? He has to pick on the weak link. And with Malfoy, you have Harry Potter, the most famous kid, pick on him, because then you'll be real king boss of the school. And I thought it was just a high school thing. No, it still happens in adulthood. It happens in the workplace. It happens in bars. That's one thing I definitely noticed in the bar game, right? It's just a bunch of guys trying to be the alpha dog to pick up the most women. Sorry guys, I'm getting this asshole keeps messaging me on Instagram about how I'm a terrible person and how, like, my taste in movies is terrible and how he feels like he has to defend The Last Jedi because, like, he needs to be a warrior. I'm like, dude, it's just a movie on the internet, or it's just a movie and people on the internet are just talking with each other. And now I have to get paragraphs and paragraphs from it. So, but this is a great scene too. The music, just how simple it is. It's so nice. But to answer your question, Foxy Fish, thanks for watching my Lethal Weapon watch along. I actually just rewatched all of them, or watched all of them, and I have a tier list for it. So check that video out. What's funny is that in the movies, the actors have two different colored eyes. Whoops. Yeah, Harry, he definitely boned your mom. Definitely. Every which way, shape, and form. Told you, Hogwarts is a horny place. I'm just joking, guys. That's the thing. I feel like I always gotta apologize for my jokes because there's always one person who doesn't take it as a joke. They always take it way too seriously. Every video, there's at least one. That's definitely happened to me before. I said something about someone that wasn't very nice and they were right behind me. I was in grade 5. I did not feel good about it at all. Are you planning on watching Cobra Kai? I am planning on watching Cobra Kai. I watched The Karate Kid again this summer at the drive-in. My very first drive-in ever. Watching Karate Kid. I hadn't seen it in forever, and I loved it. And I was actually showing it to my sister the other night. We didn't finish it, so after this, I'm going to show the rest of it to her. I was on vacation a couple days ago, and I started watching Karate Kid Part 2, because I hadn't seen the sequels, ever. So I wanted to watch Part 2 and Part 3 before I went to go see Cobra Kai. Man, the second one is boring. I haven't finished it yet, but, man, I'm thinking, maybe do I even watch those to watch Cobra Kai? Because Cobra Kai is a TV show that actually really interests me. Who here has seen Cobra Kai? No spoilers. I just love her like over the top nature. Oh, something about a howl that is just so freaky. My dog howls all the time, but whenever he sleeps on my bed, because he likes to be right next to the air conditioning, and if there's a siren in the middle of the night, he will wake up and howl. And when you're in a deep sleep and you wake up to, I'm like, oh, it's a freaky feeling. And apparently Alan Rickman put like a fart machine beside someone as a prank. Well, Foxy Fish, I really appreciate you going back and actually watching a watch along that was previously recorded live and then it was already there. So, thanks. Everyone, I want you to guys look at the chat. Recognize this name, Sink the Bounty. And I was waiting for him to show up. Sink the Bounty has been one of my most loyal fans. One of my most loyal fans. And every single video that he watches of mine, he doesn't say anything positive about the movie. It's always a bad thing. I don't know if I just absolutely move every single movie that I love, he hates or she hates. But I was like waiting. I said, I wonder when Sink the Bounty's going to come, not say hi, and just shit on the movie. When? 51 minutes in. So, anyways, Sink, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for watching, and thank you for spending your time with us. Welcome. Turn to page 394. Is it 394? This shot was always in the trailer, too. Yes, 394. Harry's like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from? Lagan, how's it going, buddy? Do you intend to watch Cuties? Not at all. Doesn't interest me at all. Maybe if I got a pre-screener, but it's already out, isn't it? Okay, see, now I know you're trolling. Oh, damn it. Great, great. Look forward to having you on the podcast tomorrow. Is it tomorrow, buddy? I thought if you guys are unofficial movie critics, then I believe we were talking about Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday. But also, there it is. And see, I love this part of the Quidditch tournament because it's a lot different from the other ones, and it's just dark and it's just more intense. And if you guys have ever played soccer or lacrosse in the rain and the thunderstorm, it's an intense experience. I've played in a thunderstorm before. It's crazy. I think that you got brainwashed by YouTube. No. It just doesn't interest me. That's all. The Grim. Yeah, I was playing in the finals of my soccer tournament once, and there was like a windstorm. It was a snowstorm. I had lightning. It was just like the worst. It was like going to war, and we won it. It was just it was so much fun. That shower afterwards was the best shower I've ever had. Best shower I've ever had. But yes, the Dementors come in during Quidditch to make things even harder. I don't think Harry's ever had an easy Quidditch game in his life, at least in the movies. That's funny. Okay. That's the second year in a row he's had to end up in the hospital wing because of Quidditch. Yeah, Sink the Bounty. I heard that it had bad marketing. I heard it, and I know that in France, like the poster didn't actually represent that. So, um, I know it has 90% Rotten Tomatoes. Um, but again, it just doesn't interest me. Like, you know, I don't want to watch a movie that is about um a 2020 French coming-of-age comedy drama film written and directed by Maya Mauna. I'm pronouncing that wrong, I know it. Maya Moana Du Corre in her feature directorial debut. The film stars... Oh, yeah, whatever. I thought that was the consensus. But, I mean, it's already come out, and it just doesn't really interest me. That's all. I mean, no one should get death threats. Sure, but... I mean, I highly doubt that anybody has ever gone through with an actual death threat. You know what I mean? Like, I could have a death threat to all you guys, but what am I going to do? What am I going to do about it? So, who knows? And I love this transition. I love this scene. I always loved Fred and George. They were always kind of like the Bill and Ted of Hogwarts. See, this is a part that I need to read about because I know that it's like Padfoot is Sirius Black and like Prongs I believe is uh James Potter. Love that. Do you guys know any twins who actually like speak the same? You know, kind of like Bill and Ted. Sounds good, Mr. the Kid. Excellent. Those are great movies too, by the way. They progressively get lower and lower in quality, but they're all great movies. You know, if you have to rank them, right? Which is the thing to do with franchises nowadays. You gotta say which one is better, and of course, I mean I do it too, but that's because other people like to do it. So, and I want to make movies, or I want to make videos that you guys like. So, again, if you guys, and again, that's I want to have an open door policy when it comes to comments and you know, different recommendations for movies and different recommendations for videos, because I want to know what you guys want to see, right? Because I'm not making videos, like I'm not my target audience. You guys are the audience, so whatever you guys want. This is where their love starts to blossom. Filthy little mud blood. Cape Fear. Yeah, I'm not dismissing death threats. I'm just saying that in my own personal life, um I haven't seen many death threats actually go through, right? So again, when let's see, that's different context. When someone gets out of jail, um menaced his lawyer when she reported it, police laughed and at her 5 days later he killed her. You know what I mean? Like if a guy is getting out of jail, and then like going through the lawyer and that stuff, that's really targeted. But this is about like a movie, you know? Like, you know what I mean? You see the difference here? It's like people, like I get death threats. You know what I mean? Because I get death threats because I gave Rise of Skywalker a slightly okay rating, So, I mean, that's just me. Of course, like things like that happened are just that, especially because it was so close to Cape Fear. I actually don't know where Cape Fear is. Cape Fear, an area in North Carolina. Yeah, because it was so close to Cape Fear. I know Cape Fear is a film, but when you say so close to Cape Fear, it's all good, buddy. It's all good that you're late, but you're here at least now. We're about halfway through. 1 hour and 5 minutes in. This is man, so freaky to find out. This is some of the best acting that Daniel Radcliffe has done in these Harry Potter movies up to this point. Don't you underestimate the power of the dark side, Harry. Ah, so close. I voice cracked there. Fuck. All right, whatever. I honestly like this movie the best out of all 7 movies. This is Vic talking. Just because of the change of the tone. It's much darker than the first 2, but without all the stuff in the later movies. Without all the stuff in the later movies. What stuff are you talking about? It's a great movie. It really is. This was Dumbledore's office? The same set, right? In the previous two movies? And also, guys, if you could hit that like button, that thumbs up button, that'd be amazing. Thank you. And then, of course, this actor. Can you guys tell me who his name is? I forget. Is his last name Lewis? I want to say Lewis. Let me take a look here. David Thewlis. You know, Andre, I did not know that Christopher Lee was offered the role of Dumbledore in the first movie. That would have been a very... I feel like he's too menacing. You know what I mean? Again, who knows? Just do it, motherfucker. I don't think Christopher Lee is too tall to play Dumbledore, and I don't think his voice is too deep. I think it's just too menacing. I feel like Christopher Lee would be a better... I don't know, I just see him as a villain. You know what I mean? Some actors are just really good at playing villains. Man, this music is just so freaking good. Okay, Sean says, can you believe that they released Hitchcock's classics on 4K yesterday? I started seeing a lot of that on Instagram, actually. It's funny, I just partnered with a movie website, Movie Scene Canada, and they actually gave me some of their 4Ks that they just had left over. So I got like the Dark Knight trilogy, Gremlins, Ready Player One, and Wizard of Oz. Except I don't have a 4K player or a 4K TV. So now I gotta get one. But I could. He says I couldn't justify paying money for any film before 1980 on 4K. You know, I haven't. Okay, I love Skipping Rocks. And why does he dress up like a Flintstone in this? So, um, so Sean, I think I remember seeing something where it's like films that were released quite a lot, like a lot older. You know, when they're shot on film. On film, you're able to get a lot more data, right, in terms of the image, uh, and there's a lot more to work with than just digital. So that like older films in 4K look amazing. But again, I'm not an expert. That's what I've heard. So who knows? Sink the Bounty. He would have been taller than Hagrid XD. Yeah, Robbie Coltrane Hagrid. I know who he is. Is 1.85 meters when he is not played by the NBA player. Yeah, I know, but the actor plays a bigger character. Like Hagrid is really, really tall. You know what I mean? So they made him bigger in the movie. So they're not just his, it's not just his height. Because I'm 6'8". I really am, and I think Hagrid in the movie is still bigger. Um, Christopher Lee is the tallest leading man in history at 1.96 meters. But I don't see why height would be a bad thing for Dumbledore. If you cast Christopher Lee, then just make Hagrid bigger. It's totally fine. If he was supposed to be played by someone like Danny DeVito, like a real like short guy, then yes. And if that was like vital to his character. But I don't think it's that big a deal. And what's good about this scene is that you can actually hear the little footsteps of the rat. Lupin. I can see the scars on his face. Foxy Fish asks, "How many have you watched many John Candy movies?" Yeah, I've seen my fair share of John Candy movies. Fellow Canadian actor, right? And I've not read The Cursed Child. When I was in London, I had an opportunity to go see the play, but it would cost me like $300. I'm like, no way, not a chance. Sorry, just too much. and I didn't actually know the first time watching this, and they don't really tell you in the movie that he created the map, I believe. Again, I haven't read the book yet either. He's like, oh shit. Peter Pettigrew's alive? What? And I love how brutally honest she is with Hermione. Wow. What a bitch. The Grim, obviously. Uh, wow. Um, what do you think? Or Sink the Bounty asks, what do you about? I believe you think about the theory that Dumbledore and Snape were in love. Honestly, dude, um I haven't looked into any Harry Potter fan fiction with, ooh, what if like Ron and Harry were lovers, or what if Hermione and Harry were together? What if Hagrid and McGonagall were together? Like all this like relationship meddling, especially with gay characters. Because I know J.K. Rowling, I haven't looked into it, but I know that she's been getting a lot of flack for the whole talking about trans people and the LGBTQ2 plus community. I haven't even looked into it. I remember one of my watch alongs, one guy was in here going like, oh, she's a bitch, she's a terrible person, and she's trying to. And see, I didn't actually notice it the first time I saw this either. um Sirius Black in there. That's freaky. But I haven't looked into any of that shit. And this scene I never got as a kid either. I was always freaked out. And then I think it made the scene of the 6th episode harder to read, watch. Yeah, I don't know. Sean Abbott asked, do you watch a lot of directors' commentaries for movies? If so, do you have any recommendations? Honestly, I don't. Not really. I don't normally watch commentary tracks for movies, but I've seen a lot of behind the scenes things for like the big franchises that I love, like Star Wars and Harry Potter and Indiana Jones, James Bond to a certain extent. Yeah, I also this is in St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Mission Impossible Fallout. It shows him running up those same stairs, but yeah, like I always do like watching like directors talk about their films. Like I watched so many videos about Sam Mendes talking about 1917 after I watched it because I just thought that movie was so fascinating. But now that you mention it, I don't know why I don't though. I think it's just because like I watch a movie, I review it, and then I'm done, and I'm like on to the next one. And sometimes that can be a blessing and a curse because it allows you to watch more movies, but then it also doesn't really allow you to really soak it in. Like there are some movies that I watched this summer that I'm like, I kind of want to go back and watch those again, and then watch all the behind the scenes, like Pleasantville or Walk the Line or Seven, There Will Be Blood. Movies that I just saw for the first time this summer that I just loved. So I should do that more often. And I just love how Hermione just beats the shit out of Malfoy. And actually, my hair looks kind of like Malfoy's did in Chamber of Secrets right now. Great. Thanks, Gavin. I appreciate it, buddy. Have you ever watched GOT? Oh, Game of Thrones. I have not seen Game of Thrones. My parents are actually watching it as we speak, downstairs. Um, I just haven't had time. I'm too busy doing watch-alongs of Harry Potter. uh, I'd like to eventually. I just haven't had a real urge to yet. Again, if I got maybe to 5,000 subscribers and more of an income was coming in and I had a bit more time on my hands, then sure. But just the last year and a bit, I've just been grinding on this YouTube thing. So, anyways, I will be right back. And hey, Josh, I'll be right back. So this scene here, or actually, you know what? The next scene. Um, yeah, guys, don't worry about Sink the Bounty. He's just a troll. Um, but I love him because he keeps giving me engagement on my videos. He keeps every comment that he gives and every amount of content that he watches. It helps me out. So that's why I always respond. So some people might say, "Oh, don't give in to the trolls." The more he comments, the more it helps me. You know? Kind of like oh, also that green screen is bad. It's the Grim. But anyways, uh yeah, time travel in Harry Potter. It reminds me of Tenet, to be honest with you. When they go back and there's certain scenes and you see it from a different angle, you're like, oh, so that's how that worked and all that stuff. Prisoner of Azkaban has a lot of scenes like that. And there's one shot here that even as a kid I noticed, it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But again, like I find that people who really go into a movie and complain about shots like this, it's the one where Harry's kind of like stationed like this, and you see Hermione's hand go like this, and he goes like down, goes up, and then she goes and goes whoop. It gets pretty cartoony, you know what I mean? But it's funny. You know what I mean? You're making a movie about wizards and like a moving tree trying to kill them. You know what I mean? So who knows? Um, oh man, in Tenet it made more sense than in Harry Potter. Is that why you don't like it? Because it doesn't. It just confuses you. Because that's I feel bad for you if Harry Potter confuses you. Um, yeah. Yeah. Why the fuck would you post that? I wish that was the ending because he's a troll. That isn't the ending of Game of Thrones. That a fake spoiler. Very fake. Yeah. It's pretty good. You should watch. Yeah. Like that's the shot right there I was talking about. But yeah. Yeah, Sink the Bounty's just a troll, guys, so don't worry about him. Don't let him trigger you. That's what he's trying to do. The Shrieking Shack. And I love the confrontation between, Sirius Black, Snape, Lupin, Peter Pettigrew. Although the pronoun game, I was a bit confused by. I'm like, okay, it sounds kind of stupid. But the person that they want to try to kill is actually in the room. So they don't want to scare him off, right? Because they're talking about Peter Pettigrew, the rat, which is a spoiler, I guess. You know what I mean? But man, Gary Oldman, I think, might give the best acting performance in this movie out of the first three. Out of the first three movies, I think this is the best performance. He just goes completely just over the top, just fun with it. I mean, Alan Rickman is great um, as great as Snape, but you know what I mean. Because it's forbidden. The killing spell's forbidden. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Gee whiz, that's a great performance. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's see. It's funny how Expelliarmus has different functions in the movies. In the first two movies, it's just like a general attack spell, but then it's like a, and even in this movie, it's double. It's like the attack spell on Snape, but that's like the disarming spell on these other actors. No, it's him, Josh. Oh, like the piano sound, it just freaks me out in movies like that. And then I forget this actor. He was in Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. He was also in Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise. He's in a bunch of things. I forget his name. I love this. Serious? My old friends. I like this comment from Vic. I think what irritated me about these movies is the fact that a lot of these spells are Latin based, and there were no Latin classes in this school. I think you may be looking into this a little too seriously. Maybe just a little bit. It's just for names, just for name's sake, right? Like, you know, like I think Remus Lupin. Like a lot of them are like Roman Latin words for wolf, right? It's just the way that J.K. Rowling likes to write her character names and some spells, you know. And there's actually a graveyard in Edinburgh where there's a Tom Riddle, there's a McGonagall, there's a Snape, there's a Albus. Like there's a lot of different names in that. I think there's like a Gilderoy Lockhart as well. There's a lot of different names in that graveyard that she went to and grabbed names from. So that's pretty cool. In fact, the mother of Harry Potter was a zoophile. The hell's a zoophile? Very funny. Very funny. You got me there, Sink the Bounty. Good job. See, that's how you can tell he's just a troll. If you guys want a good laugh, look it up. He got me good there. I will give him that one. Yeah, so it's Lily Potter's Patronus is a doe, and Harry and James is a deer. Kind of like how Hermione's is an otter, and Ron's is a hound dog. Yeah. Yeah. So kink in my neck. What's my Patronus? You know what? I totally forget. I totally forget. I did the whole Potter quiz. Look at yeah, his eyes just. Oh, that is so good. I have been sorted into a house. I'm a Hufflepuff. I was a Hufflepuff for Halloween one year. But yeah, this always reminds me of Thriller. Ugh, little fucker. All right, I'm gonna do the Patronus quiz when this is happening. Huh. Trollus Europaeus. Or Bad Taste in Movius. And that is a creepy looking werewolf too. Just ugh. Also, if you guys have your own sorting, have you guys been sorted into a house, or you guys have your own Patronuses, let me know what they are. I'm trying to get mine going right now. Um, yeah, so I am a Hufflepuff. Your wand, your Patronus. All right, discover your Patronus. Here we go. So stand by, everyone. Let me know your Patronus in the comment section while I sort out my Patronus. I have seen this movie multiple times, so I'm not missing much, and I do hear it, and it is just right here. So, okay, what do we got here? All right, here we go. Yeah, so the way that you find your Patronus together. You gotta go through like this maze. Hmm. Yeah, so this time turner nonsense. I mean, it's awesome to watch, but if you really start to pick it apart, then it gets out of control. All right, what's my Patronus, everyone? It's a dolphin. My Patronus is a dolphin. Interesting. Cool. All right. There we go, guys. My Patronus is a dolphin. Look at that. Hufflepuff, which is fine since they'll be by the kitchens. Ravenclaw, White Swan. Muggles, and Mary Jane. Puff and stuff. Oh. Is this a Christopher Nolan movie? Talking about time and time travel and things that don't make any sense? What? Alright, boys and girls. Here's the final act of the movie. More than one innocent life will be spared. I don't know why I said it like William Wallace. But could you imagine Dumbledore's like just harsh Scottish boy? Have you done the sorting quiz for the American houses? I have not. I have not. I love that. What the bloody hell was that all about? Malcolm, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I don't know what you're on about. And I like in the back you see like the mummification of some guy. Just covered in toilet paper, I guess. Man, could you imagine if that was real and just it was going on right now, but everyone was so good at not being seen by other people? There's like a future version of me, kind of like in Bill and Ted. Well, we just got to leave the keys here afterwards. So boom, there we got it. The thing is, and I'm one of those people too. It's like, okay, this is not normal. There's a time turner, so we've established that we have time travel, and you can go back to change things. Yeah, you can use the argument that's like, well, that's how it always happened, which I think is just a poor excuse. But because now you have a time travel, like a time turner, why not go back and just change absolutely everything that has ever happened that's been bad? You know what I mean? Like Harry's dead parents. You know what I mean? Sink the bounty. It's not a plot twist. They've been building that up forever. It's not a plot twist at all. I'm sorry, sir, but you are gravely mistaken. And I think for a lot of guys growing up with the Harry Potter movies, Emma Watson uh, was like a lot of guys' first crushes. Yeah, Andre, you said that already. Guillermo del Toro was offered to direct this movie. That would have been an interesting choice. I think he could have done it. And but that's the thing though. Like you can make all the time travel paradoxes. Every single movie that has time travel, you're gonna come across different, you know, different rules, different paradoxes, all that crap. Um, all that shit. But it's just fun to see. Sink the Bounty says anyway for Harry they should have find another love interest than Ron's sister. That is the disgusting part in the franchise. Why is it disgusting? Ginny Weasley's a pretty good looking smoke show. I think Harry chose. I mean, yeah, good on Harry. I don't know why it's disgusting. Because it's his best friend's sister. Hell, Ron and Hermione are dating. So what the hell? I don't think it's a disgusting part at all. If it was Ron dating Ginny, then we'd get into some fucked up territory. But I don't think it's disgusting at all. Ginny is like the little sister of Harry. She is too young and she is the sister of his best friend. One, they're only 1 year apart. They're not too young. Two, she is the sister of his best friend. Yeah, so? I don't think that's a problem at all. And besides, Ron and Hermione date, and they're all three best friends. So I don't think it's that much of a problem. Buckbeak, you stupid animal. Buckbeak looks amazing. Great job for the special effects team. And I love how Dumbledore knows that that's happening behind them. All the strawberries, over here, and all the blackberries and stuff. Also, do you guys see the sunset back there? It's a good sunset on a lovely Vancouver evening. Harry was closer to Hermione and Ron. Dude, you're not making any sense. Hermione is dating Ron. Why he chose Ginny? Because they had, again, they don't have as much chemistry in the movies as they do in the books, but it's 1 year younger. I think he gave her drugs. Well, that's just, you can think that if you want, but it's not that weird. In France, do men not date women that are younger than them ever? Even by 1 year? Anyways, I apologize, guys. If you guys want me to leave him alone and just not acknowledge him, because I realize that almost all the stuff I'm talking about is just with him, then let me know. If you guys are getting a kick out of it, then great. If not, I can just boot him. But I don't want to boot people only because every bit of contact on my channel helps. So, hope you guys are enjoying the movie. Yeah, one of the shots in here that I think is amazing is when he just yells "Expecto Patronum." It was in like every like big montage back in the day, like on YouTube. That was like the things that I used to watch all the time, like Harry Potter montages and stuff. But Andre says also Ready Player 2, the book sequel to Ready Player 1, is coming out in November. Nice. Hope it's good. Thanks, Finn. I appreciate it, buddy. Now, I heard that the one thing I heard about is J.K. Rowling wanted Harry and Hermione to get together, and like that was one of her biggest mistakes, she said. But I don't know. Good shade of lighting change and zoom in on his eyes. Like the cinematography in this movie is just fantastic. I said that the cinematography in this movie is fantastic. I'm saying something positive about the movie. If anyone wants to say something to that, I offer now is a good time to bring that up. If you guys get what I'm trying to do. All right, say hi, everybody. I'm going to send a Snapchat. Oh, look at that. So I said, as you guys know, the cinematography is really good. And who is the one to say something bad? Right away. Cinematography is not exceptional. Looks CG. All right. This movie is so terrible. The cinematography is awful. I offer now as a good time for you to rebuke that statement. I'm just teaching you guys this is how you get a troll. All you got to do is say something positive, and then boom. See, he took the bait. It's like fishing. It's just like fishing, only it's a lot more fun. Say hi, everybody. Again, for everyone who's here, thank you. Patronum! Like when I was a kid, I'd always like picture like fake trailers in my mind, and I'd always use that shot. The shot in Chamber of Secrets when he like stabs the basilisk. The one in the first one when he's like holding up the snitch and it goes around 360 degrees. There's a lot of epic shots in these movies, especially as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, as a kid who was bullied like myself, I just wanted to get that letter to go to Hogwarts. You know what I mean? So. Oh, Finn, that was amazing. So, while we have just kind of like the second movie with Fox, the Phoenix, um, flying up with Gilderoy Lockhart and Ron and her, Ron and Harry. You know what? I just thought about this. I thought about this real quick, but I didn't say anything. It's like, oh, that kind of sucks for Ron. You have Harry and Hermione going off on this adventure, and Ron has to sit out. But in Chamber of Secrets, Hermione was petrified, and she missed out on a lot of the movie. Like, it was Harry and Ron that went out into the, the forest to see Aragog and the spiders, and they went into the Chamber of Secrets. You know what I mean? So, but Finn Flash says, well, it's a Potter movie, and trolls are an important part of the Potter universe. Maybe he wanted to be a real troll, but failed and found the internet. Best comment by far all month. By far. I'm going to take a photo of that one. That is some deep, emotional, Hardcore shit. Yes. Go, Sirius, go. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. Absolutely. I think that was pretty genuine. Pretty genuine laugh. I wonder if that line was ad-libbed. Andre, can you tell me? You always got the fun facts about movies. I love how every single Harry Potter movie has like that one item that like the movie's known for. You know, and this one obviously it's like the Marauders map and the Time Turner. Sink the Bounty's back, and he says in the Deathly Hermione, um, okay, Ron and Harry slept under the same tent. Do you think they should have bought a second tent for Hermione? No, because then you'd have to carry another tent. If you're on the run from wizards that are trying to kill you, I don't think that's really your biggest worry. I don't know. It doesn't seem sexually moral. I think you're reading into it way too deeply. It's a pretty big tent, too. And I'm sure they slept in all different beds, too. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, Sirius Black gave him a new present. And there it is. Boom. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. All right, guys. That is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I've seen this movie many times. And I don't know what the hell that was about. I've seen it many times, right? So I know so many lines of dialogue, and again, it's like I feel like it's gonna have a different context once I actually read the book all the way through. But I think this one, it's a lot darker than the other movies, but it's a lot funnier also, and it feels like the kids are starting to kind of grow up and kind of come into their own. Like Ron and Hermione are starting to flirt a little bit. It's not just like arguments between like friends, like it's like a couple-y argument. So like the couple, Ron and Hermione are starting to test the waters a little bit, and it's cute. And Daniel Radcliffe's performance got better in this movie. The cinematography got better. It's just a great movie. From my film school brain, my film school report card, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban gets the most check marks on the list out of all the Harry Potter movies. But it's not my favorite to watch. My favorite to watch is Deathly Hallows Part 2, just because I love just overwhelming emotional extremes. You know what I mean? So that's why I love Braveheart so much, and like Titanic and Avatar, and people might call them cliche and they tug at the heartstrings, but I'm like, but that's what a movie is supposed to do, right? Why do you go see an action movie? It's because you want to feel adrenaline, right? You want to feel that excitement. Why do you go see a comedy? Because you just want to laugh, right? You want to feel that sense of humor. You want to be entertained. Why do you see a drama? It's because you want to, see a movie about a human story, right? A movie that explores the human spirit. Why do you watch a horror movie? Because you want to feel that intense fear. Movies are supposed to make you feel things. And movies that really like play upon your emotions, I find, are the best kind of movies, right? Like Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time. I'm trying to articulate. Jesus Christ. It's live, everybody. Articulate even more. But it's my favorite movie of all time because of just the overwhelming sense of adventure, right? That's what I love. Anyways, so Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, you get to see a little bit more into Harry Potter's past, and, explores different themes about, trust and destiny, time travel, right? So anyways, hey man, I'm super late. Yeah, dude, you missed the movie. The movie just ended, buddy. I'm super late. I was watching Ash vs. Evil Dead and lost track of time. Dude, you're 2 hours and 15 minutes late. You are the entire movie late. There is a $20 fee for people who are late in this stream, by the way. I will wait for you to put that money in the pot. Just kidding, guys. Could you imagine? Man, oh man. I'd just quit my job right then. Anyways. So, I'll stay online for another 13 minutes because I promised my sister I'd watch the rest of Karate Kid. So if you guys want to chat a little bit, then feel free to ask me any questions. We can talk about the movie. We can talk about anything, really. So I'm going to go through. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. Don't worry about it, SBC Bird. So Sink the Bounty, our favorite troll, everyone. I don't know, dude, if you saw Finn's comment about you, but that was amazing. I should put that on your Tinder profile. I think Ron was harassing Hermione. Give me an example. She didn't seem interested in him at first. Most women aren't. Most women aren't interested at first in Hollywood, right? It's always the guy that she didn't expect to come out of nowhere, right? Generally speaking, though, more often than not, women will tend to know if they like you within 5 seconds of meeting you. Within 5 seconds. That's why first impressions are so important. So, in this movie, sure, they grow up together, but, that can still happen, right? They just don't know how they feel about each other growing up. So, But I don't think Ron was harassing her. Right? I can't remember any times that he did that. So I'm going to reject your hypothesis on that one. If you guys have a different opinion on that, then let me know. Favorite Star Wars film? Well, I have a tier list for Star Wars on my channel, and I really hope you guys check that out. But my favorite Star Wars film is Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Or, as they called it back in 1977, Star Wars. My second favorite is Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And then my next favorite is Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And after that, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And after that is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So that is my top 5 Star Wars films. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you what comes next. Maybe Rise of Skywalker, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's crazy, hey? Anyways, Andre says the coolest shot in the Dune trailer was the ending. That's a cool trailer, like I will admit. Although I'm realizing now that Dune has a very, very loyal fan base. And yeah, a very loyal fan base. And I mentioned that, like, oh, it looks like the Sarlacc pit monster. And then everyone got really defensive about, oh, Dune inspired Star Wars. So it's like, yeah, that looks like the Sarlacc pit monster. I know what the Sarlacc pit monster is, and I don't know Dune. So that's what I'm going to relate to. You know what I mean? It's kind of like someone saying, hey, the Red Sox finally won the World Series. Yeah, but the Yankees won the World Series first. Yeah, okay, great. But that doesn't neglect the fact that the Red Sox won the World Series. Yeah, but the Yankees won it first. So the Red Sox should be thanking the Yankees because they did it first. Who cares? You know what I mean? That's the funny thing is that people will always find something to complain about on the internet. Always. It's just the way it goes. So, again, and someone's actually complaining, someone's messaging me on Instagram right now about how I'm an idiot and how I need to... He has to defend himself. He has to defend The Last Jedi. I made a comment in my Dune trailer reaction as how, like, I'm glad that Oscar Isaac is in this movie, and I hope that he's a lot cooler and he's not shafted like he was in... He wasn't shafted... Train of thought just totally blanked. I hope that Oscar Isaac has a better role in Dune than he did in Star Wars. And then he got all upset and all this stuff, and now he's like messaging me on Instagram and talking about how I'm an idiot and he has to defend The Last Jedi. They're just opinions about movies on the internet. There are more important things in life than this. And that's one thing for you guys too. If you guys, especially with Mulan, I'm finding that a lot of people are getting very, very upset with Mulan, but it's not just that the people don't like the movie. That's totally okay. But people are like actively like shit talking other people who like it, and people who like it are actively shit talking people who don't like it. Guys, it's like, it's a fucking movie. You can talk about how much you like it and how much you don't like it until the cows come home. There's no ground to actually win an argument about if it's a good film or not, because it's all opinion based. And for people to get so upset about it is just, I find, just a complete waste of time. Just a complete waste of time. So anyways, so for you guys, just know that if someone doesn't like a movie that you love, that has no impact on your life whatsoever. It's not like, for example, if someone says, hey, Brandon, Dumb and Dumber fucking sucks. It's a terrible movie. I don't know how you can like it, you idiot. Mr. Johnny from Orlando tells me that, right? I just made a name and just made a place. You know what I do? I go, okay, thanks. Well, first of all, I comment back, because if he gets even triggered by me even commenting back, then he keeps commenting. It's good for my YouTube algorithm, right? It's good for engagement. And what do? Nothing else. Because the movie hasn't changed. I still love it. Just because someone else in some other part of the world, who is just a name on the internet, likes or doesn't like a movie that you love, it has no impact on your life whatsoever. It's not like I have to sell my copy. It's not like I can never watch it again. It's not like the movie will be tainted forever. I still love the movie, right? And again, think of it this way. If someone says anything bad about you on the internet, ever, know that it's because they are hiding behind one of these. I can guarantee you dollars for donuts, right? So we have Sink the Bounty in here, right? You know, our famous troll doing all these troll things. I sincerely doubt that he would be saying any of these things if I was up right beside him, face to face. If someone's saying nasty shit about you or to you online, you know that they're not going to do it in real life. Because, like Tyler Durden said from Fight Club, people are just so afraid of confrontation. But when they're behind a computer screen, it's just text, right? You're not getting physically hurt, so you can say whatever you want. So, again, know that if someone is saying anything bad about you online, about a movie that you like or about a movie that you didn't like, it doesn't matter. Don't take it so seriously. No one who is a hater has a good life. You know what I mean? Like no one with a great life's going, "Oh my God, you know what? My life is so great. You know, I got the body I want. I got my lifestyle that I want. I got all this stuff that I want." And you know what I love doing though in my spare time? Just fucking shitting on people online. No one's doing that. So the reason why I'm talking about this and I get passionate about this subject is because people have messaged me and going like, "Hey Brandon, I want to start an Instagram account or a YouTube account. I want to talk about movies. I wanted to post my Rise of Skywalker review. I want to talk about the new Mulan movie. But like I'm afraid because a lot of people like don't like it and I got some bad comments and I just want it to be a safe space." First of all, there's no such thing as a safe space on the internet, right? I try to make it a safe space on this platform, but there's a guy that anyone can just come in here and just go, "Fuck this, fuck that." You're never fully safe on the internet, right? That's just not how the world works. But I'm just trying to let them know that, guys, it's okay. It's okay that someone will disagree with you. Don't worry about it. They're just trolls. So anyways, Foxy Fish, have you seen True Romance? I haven't. I haven't seen True Romance yet. I do have the Quentin Tarantino 20th anniversary or like 10 film. Oh, no, he hasn't done. Wait. It's some anniversary box set before Django Unchained came out. On the internet, people are being themselves. Wrong. Very wrong indeed. Very wrong indeed. True Romance is in that. True Romance is in that box set, so it's on the watch list. Yeah. Real life is an illusion. Maybe so, but we'll have to find out when we die. Would you like to volunteer? Oh, yeah. Anyways. No, they're not. Anyone. So, I got about 4 more minutes. And again, guys, if you just... Like, I want these watch-alongs to be... yeah, Foxy, that'd be an amazing reaction to do. I have a list of reactions that I want to do. Like Footloose and Goonies and Gremlins. Because I've never seen any of those movies. And I think those would be great movies to watch. But I think True Romance would be kind of an undercover one. Like everyone, you've seen Forrest Gump, you've seen Star Wars, you've seen Indiana Jones, you've seen Ghostbusters, you've seen a lot of those like first-time reaction videos. I saw one about Shrek, and the guy quoted Shrek in one of his other videos. I'm like, dude, you're such a faker. But you know what I mean? So, but I think True Romance would be a fun niche one. So I'm definitely going to remember that. Again, I don't know when it's going to come out, but I think True Romance would be a great movie to do a first-time reaction to. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, on the internet, people are not being themselves. Definitely not. Definitely not. So, I got 3 more minutes. What do we guys think? So, and again, I also wanted to know, and I asked this earlier in the stream, but not many people were in the stream yet. I haven't actually done an official like 3,000 subscriber event. I've done live streams of just Q&A, but I want it to be like a fun event, like something that you guys got to see. This is not just me just talking with, just talking to you guys. But I was thinking doing like a drinking game where it's like you have 12 shot glasses, 6 are full of rum or 6 are full of booze of any kind, just clear alcohol, and then 6 are full of water. So I can't tell which ones they are. And then you guys have to ask questions, and then if I can answer them, I can answer them. But if I can't answer them, then I got to take a shot. And it's a mix. So it kind of incentivizes people to kind of ask like more risque questions or funny questions. And I've seen a couple online before, and they can get really funny. And I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do, because I know a lot of people are in quarantine. They just shut down the nightclubs here, unfortunately. So it'd be something kind of fun to do, right? So anyways, Sink the Bounty says, fun fact, True Romance is referencing The Deer Hunter, another film of Christopher Walken. So Christopher Walker was Christopher Walken in True Romance. Interesting. I'll figure that out when I watch the movie, because Deer Hunter is another one that I haven't seen yet, unfortunately. So anyways, guys. It's been a long time since I've done one of these watch-alongs, and you know, when it started out, there wasn't many people. I'm like, oh great, here we go again. Here we go again on my own. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. Again, a lot of these watch-alongs are a lot of fun. I love doing these live streams. I want to keep doing them, right? So if you guys want to see more, then definitely let me know in different comment sections of different videos. Definitely hit a like on this video, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. All support is welcome. All support is appreciated. That's what I was trying to say. And again, thank you all. Even Sink the Bounty. I was in my pool thinking about it. I'm going to go on live tonight. I'm waiting for Sink the Bounty to come. I need him to come, because he's always just so fun to fuck with, because it's just so much fun. That's what happens when trolls come onto the live streams. But with that being said, though, I know that a lot of people don't like internet trolls. So if you guys don't want me to interact with them, I interact with them because I get a kick out of it, and I think it's funny. If you guys don't want to see it, then by all means, let me know and say, focus more on the movie. Focus more on discussions. Talk with us. Talk about people who are actually here for the right reasons. If that's the case, then I will do that. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are on the East Coast, hope you guys have a great night. If you guys are on the West Coast, then hopefully you have a good rest of your evening, whatever that is, or whether that's dinner, if you guys want to watch another movie, whatever that is. And people in Europe, good morning? 9 hours ahead. It's pretty early in the morning then. But either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next live stream, whenever that is. Stay tuned for more. See you guys.